Side Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Joey Sly is going to have the honor of getting us started. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
2nd and 3. His first throw is an interception. Jack Campbell at the INT. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick 6 starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They're unafraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have. We can set a tone early.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
That's a catch for Nico Collins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Blown back gets the handoff. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Stroud from the pistol. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the 1st.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage. It sets up your play action. And it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun now for Stroud. He's on the move. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Houston. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Brown with a return here. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
1st down, ball at the 36. Again, it's Cook. Jukes one defender, and he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. That's complete, David Njoku. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
So it'll be another 1st and 10 for him, Brock, down at the opposing 37. Rattler back to throw. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sean Murphy bunting in to pick it off. And the Texans will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Now begin with a run by Mixon. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, Stroud. He finds Johnson. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Stroud throwing here on first. Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has it down close. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown. He's out of bounds. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas, Clark, and Indy, one of the...
And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Putting a receiver in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Rattler to the air now. That's caught for the first. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing is Rattler. He's throwing deep to the left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints can tie it up in the 2nd after coming into the lead. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Extra point is up and good from Sly. And the Saints tie things up at 14. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Stroud. Throwing the out route complete. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 5. Collins there to grab it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Back to throw, Stroud. Forced out to his right. Now here he goes. And he officially gets them into the red zone before going out at the 20. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up a Houston first.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Working inside the red zone. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. And in for the Houston touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick. Now, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Rattler. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
They send a man in motion. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Third and long for him here. He throws a bullet down the right side. Big gain downfield. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. those drives right, but they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first. Now Rattler. He's trying another one deep. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
I mean, you can see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Looking to throw, Rattler. He throws a bullet to this. They connect on the deep shot. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints tie and can take the lead here in the second. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. Hits his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun now for Stroud. Flush down now to his left. He's running with it.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he can get the first down.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Texans facing a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down from the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the set. Completed to Collins.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? To the air, Stroud. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 16. Caught, nice gain left side. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I know they may have wanted to throw that pass a little bit sooner, but I'll tell you what, that receiver's ability to navigate his way across the entire field really set up the space he needed to complete the huge gain.
Throwing from the gun. Got a man, it's Njoku. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41. They are throwing it again. Throw right side, cut by Olave. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the pin cut and make the catch.
He'll get this one to Brown. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
This has been a trend, yet another interception. Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. Hits the 20. And he makes the Huffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. You get a pick six, you get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Offense trying to add to the defensive effort and turn 6 points into 8. Getting right back to it after that interception. And they can't connect, so nearly 8 points to end the first half. They'll only take an extra 6 into that locker room. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to the air, following the pick six. He puts some power. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
We're slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, or on to Mixon. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, Stroud. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This is a 50-yard look from the right hash. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. And they can't add 3 onto that 5-point lead.
So in the end, the armchair quarterbacks, Kate, are going to tell you the more aggressive-minded play caller would have been correct. It would have been a better decision to go for it as they come up with nothing from that field goal try.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And it sets up 2nd down. Here's Rattler. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Rattler setting a throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans regain possession as he makes the 30th interception of his career. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys. I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
After the sack, another pass on second down. Finding Collins. And they make the tackle at the 38.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Stroud now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, with the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out.
Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. This is going to be a tough one, 55 yards away. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they can't add 3 onto that 5-point lead.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Throwing his Rattler. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they get this down to the 28. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Oh, put some heat on this deep. He's got it. Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. Just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Stroud. No, they get him yet again. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He gets a chunk of 4 yards, leaving them just a yard from the end zone. 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the run, and how about this? It brings up 4th and goal from the 1. It'll be a field goal try from Joey Sly. It's a chip shot, this one straight ahead. Up and good from Joseph. And that grows the lead to 5.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give left side. Here's Mixon. Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Alontae Taylor making the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. Stroud from the pistol. Caught by Collins on the slant. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. The give now out of the shotgun. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Stroud. Chased out to his right. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Houston! The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
The Texan offense out now for another 2-point opportunity. He's throwing for it! And they pick him off again! Ooh, baby, they were 1 kick away from a tie game, but instead, Brock, they played for 2 in the lead, and this time it does not work out.
I can read you like a book now, partner. You didn't like that decision, did you?
No, sir, I did not. What are they doing?
Well, they're just being too over-aggressive. That's what they're doing. Or they had a 2-point play that they loved and trusted, but now, instead of being tied, they find themselves still trailing in this game.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Rattler to the air now. He's going to push one deep down the road. He's got it inside the 25. He's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Here's Sly to try the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Saints push their lead to 6. And all set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He finds Johnson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. From the 37. Complete out to the right. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
This is the end of the third quarter. The Texans have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7. From the 46. Trying for the deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the Houston touchdown. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there.
Yeah,
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans take the lead on that successful kick. After seeing his point after blocks, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Looking to throw, Rattler. That one's incomplete, couldn't connect.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Rattler. He fires one deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a fourth-quarter lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. Slide, try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints push their lead to 6. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Return coming from the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Looking to throw, Stroud. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, Stroud. Completed to Collins. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. The left side finds Johnson. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. All in left side. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. A give now from the gun. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
When you call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
One thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To the air, Stroud. And they pick him off again. Jair Brown has it. And the Saints will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Now a give to Cook, running left. Escapes a defender. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another one for Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Hits his running back. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Stroud. Buys time, rolling right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. To throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints make the play that should win them this game. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 2020.
Has a hole left, room to run. 40. At the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. It's a James Cook touchdown. Sly gets the extra point to go. And the Saints bump the lead up to 13 points. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. He's got the squiver. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35.
their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun now, 1st round. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and is clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Broncos enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.